What's going on out there? Listen, hey, I know it's just me again, and this is pre-recorded, but it is new for you. A lot of things getting shaken up. I'm doing a lot of overtime, so can't make can't make some of the shows. Beer Cave's got some things he's handling, but I said I can't do another old show and post it. I need it to be new, fresh. I'm going to talk about Cleveland sports, though, a lot on this show. I'm going to talk about football in general because it's here. It's coming. Weeks away. Literally 2 weeks away. Not even a week and a half. And it's football time. And everybody can start going crazy, throwing out their delusional thoughts about their team going to the Super Bowl or making the playoffs. People going undefeated, teams that were shitty last year, all of a sudden having winning records this year. It is going to be insane. How it is every year at the beginning of the season. People just want to go insane. People just like to go insane. That's just how this works. But I'm a realist. You know what team I rep? Rep them Browns. It's my squad. I got them going 11-6. 11-6. Come on now. Same as last year. I think the offense is better. Even though Chubb, they did say he's going to stay on the PUP list. He didn't get taken off of it. So he's going to miss the first 4 games. He'll be back week 5. And I think he's going to be stronger than ever. And it's going to change everything. Everything for these Browns. Deshaun Watson is looking crisp, clean. He looks accurate as hell. He's throwing the deep ball. His shoulder looks good. He looks like he's poised to show everybody why the Browns made that crazy decision to trade all those draft picks away and guarantee a shitload of money. I think we're going to see it this year. I think it happens this year, and we're going to be able to see everything change. Everything's going to change. Not really everything's going to change. Again, 11-6, but I think it's a better, well-rounded team. The defense, for what more can you say about a defense? That's number one. I think they're number one in the league. You have top 1A, 1B pass rusher with Myles Garrett. You got Smith on the other side. That's just he's ready to come the hell out of the secondary. I mean, Ward, Newsome, Emerson, Delpit, Thornhill. I mean, secondary is ready to light it up. You brought in a bunch of linebackers to replace some of the old guys and veterans. I mean, I really feel that this is going to be something crazy. But again, I'm not going to go, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl. Undefeated season. Nah, it's not going to be nothing like that. You're going to have your ups and downs. Every team does. It's going to be ups and downs. I mean, this first game, they got Dallas. Right? Let's look at it like this. Let's take a look at the first 4 weeks without Nick Chubb. Let me get the schedule up. We're going to take a look at the first 4 weeks without Nick Chubb. Where the hell is it? Here we go. You got Dallas number 1. That's at home. They got players dropping like flies over there to injury already. One of their top corners, Bland, gone for 6 weeks. CeeDee Lamb doing the contract negotiations. Who knows how that rapport is going to be there. They have a bunch of goddamn running backs that should be retired and done with football. So they don't got a run game. So it's just kind of tee off on Dak Prescott and make him make turnovers. That's it. I feel like the Browns should get this game. Like, this should not be some crazy, oh no, who knows type of game. This is going to be, hey, we're at home. We need to make a statement. Game 1. Make a statement. Go out there and do your thing. And again, Deshaun has to show that he's going to be the leader. He's going to go out there and do his thing. I mean, that's just what it has to be. But all right, you got Dallas. Then you go to Jacksonville. And to me, Jacksonville they're that team that if they wanted to, they could be good. But it's like they're on that downhill turn now. Like Sunshine's on that downhill. He just got paid all that money for doing nothing. Hasn't won anything. Hasn't done a damn thing. And they gave him all that damn money. You let Calvin Ridley walk and go to the Titans. That's in your division. I thought that was the stupidest thing ever. You didn't want to pay him the $90 million, but they did. You could have paid him and kept him. It makes no sense. I mean, I get you drafted Brian Thomas Jr., and I think he's going to be good, but he's a rookie. And you could have used him, Kirk, and Calvin Ridley. Because now, if I'm correct, you got other injuries coming out there. But you go to Jacksonville. That can be nothing's for sure. But I like that to be a win too. That's 2-0 to start. 2-0 to start. Come on now. Then you back at home against who the hell knows who the Giants are going to have? This might be the replacements teams. You don't know what quarterback. Who you getting? You getting Daniel Jones or you getting Danny Dimes? Is Drew Lock going to start? Is Neighbors going to even want to play with either one of these fools? What do they got going on out there, man? I don't know. The Giants, again, this seems like 3-0 already. And then from the Giants, you go to Vegas. Now, this game is going to be that game where you could be, all right, could be a little bit of a trap move because, again, you're going to the Death Star. You're going to go over there. You don't know what they got. They got Gardner Minshew, and you faced him last year when he was on the Colts, and it was a tough game. They do have some good defensive players. They have 2 tight ends, young tight ends that are going to be very important to that team. Zaire White at running back. So we saw his season start to take an uptick and look good last year. We don't know what he's going to bring there. They got Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. The fact that it's away makes this game where it gets me thinking. I don't know. This could be that game where we actually do lose. But again, they don't have all the pieces they need right now. But what I love about the Raiders is Antonio Pierce. That coach is going to have them ready to destroy people, have them ready to go out there and give 110% and run through the damn wall. So we can't take that lightly. I'm going to go ahead and take that L there. I'm going to take the L. 3-1. Week 5, Chubb should be back. And this dude's already squatting 540. He's already running full speed right now. I think they just kept him on there just to keep him safe. And I don't know if I like the idea, but I get it. Preserve him. All right, but we could use him. I mean, if the dude starts the season and does what I really think he's going to do, he could win. He could win the MVP. The dude could win Offensive Player of the Year for sure. I mean, the dude's a monster. But week 5, he comes back. So I really think we can go into week 5, go 3-1. You bring Chubb back. You add literally 1A, 1B running back to your squad that's already 3-1. And they seem to be rolling. That defense is doing its thing. It's like the perfect storm. It's just going to happen, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to look amazing. It's going to be a wild-ass ride. And you're just going to be like, wow. And I think that's what this season's going to be. You're going to have those losses where you're like, oh, man, we shouldn't have lost that. Close. You might even get a blowout loss, and they're like, ooh, are we ready for this? But then you're going to have wins that are going to just captivate you like, dude, what? This is what this team is? This is what this team can be? Yes. That's what Deshaun can be. That's what Jerry Jeudy really is supposed to look like. I think the change of scenery for him is going to be amazing, especially being with his mentor, Amari Cooper, being with the guy he's looked up to and who he wanted to be like. I think this is going to be amazing for him. I think Njoku has another big year. I think Ford capitalizes early. I think Foreman was a hell of a pickup for us. I think this team is primed and ready to do something. And I think once they hit the playoffs, I think there could be some big push to get a couple wins. Again, I'm not going to say they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win it. I'm not going to say they're going to go to the AFC Championship. I say they can get a couple wins. They definitely can. They can reach the Super Bowl. The potential is all there if everything fires on all cylinders correctly. The potential is definitely all there. I mean, you can say that about any team. It is definitely there. So we're going to have to see. I mean, the back half of the schedule is a little rough. You play some big squads back there. You got Pittsburgh twice, the Ravens again. You got KC. You got Miami. You got some tough sledding going on in the back. You go play in Denver and you play. Listen, man. Why I bring up Denver real quick? Dude, we have an issue when we go to Denver. We don't win. It doesn't matter what's going on. That team could be falling apart. We lose. I don't understand it. But this year, Denver has got a quarterback named Bo Nix. And I've been chatting this dude up, right? I think he's got it all. Got high IQ. He could run with the ball if need be. He's got a big arm, can make all the throws, make all the right reads. He knows what to do, and he's shown it in the preseason. Again, this is just preseason, but he's showing it. He's looking the part. He feels the part. I mean, what can you say? Let's see what happens. I think Denver may surprise some people, even though they got some holes to fill over there. But that dude is something else, and everybody needs to start watching out. People are going to eat their words that said Bo Nix is going to be trash. Put him at the bottom of that list. Watch, he's going to be the one that everybody's going to be like, holy shit. Now, being a Cleveland fan, I cannot buy a Denver jersey. Never will I ever own a Denver jersey. But I will get an Oregon Duck Bo Nix jersey because that dude is going to be something crazy. But like I said, back to the Browns. It's going to be tough sledding towards the end. Getting those months. But we're going to have to see. I truly believe 11-6 is doable. 12-5. Depending on how the Ravens use Derrick Henry and how Lamar looks. I mean, he slimmed down. They're saying he's going to run more. I don't know why everybody compares slimming down and him running more to be something good because, to be honest, I want him to have meat on him. So when he runs and he gets smoked or hit, it takes some impact. Not, all right, well, he slimmed down. Now he's going to get busted and you could break something. I truly believe that was their issue. They didn't use him like they were supposed to last year. And again, that's why they did lose certain games. And that's why they lost the game against KC in the playoffs. But depending on how they work, I really think the Browns could be fighting for that top of that division. I mean, I think this whole division could be fighting for the top of the division. Besides, I think Pittsburgh, you got Russell Wilson again. Not coming off a bad year. Everybody acting like he was trash or something. 26-5. 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 3,500 yards. I mean, the dude was putting it together. They would have left him in there and didn't bring this news to him mid-season. I mean, they could have made the playoffs. They could have made a real push to make the playoffs as a wild card. So who knows how they use him, Justin Fields. You got Pickens. You got some injuries going on there. They built up their offensive line through the draft. Of course, their defense is always going to be solid. You got TJ Watt, the 1A, 1B defensive end over there. And that's crazy that both the top defensive ends are in this division. It just proves how this division is it's just predicated and built on smash mouth football with some of the top defensive players in it. It's just amazing. And that's the type of football I love and what I grew up on. I didn't grow up on all this like the Miami Dolphins. We're just going to throw for 500 yards and go as fast as we can, and then we're going to hope we can get away. But if you get stopped and that's it, you're done. Like if they slow you down, you can't play the slow game. You have to play the fast game, and that's an issue. So I don't like that too much. And again, that's a whole nother story, but I really believe every team in this division could possibly make the playoffs. We're talking playoffs? Yes, playoffs. Top to bottom. Everybody can have a winning record yet again. For 2 years in a row. That has never happened ever before until last year, since what, 1920 or something. Now they're talking about maybe 2 years in a row this could happen. How insane would that be? To me, this is the best division in football. Now, if the Browns could take the top of it, I need people to stop with the hate and start giving some appreciate. Appreciate what you see with this Browns team. Whether you're a fan of them or whether you're just a fan of football, appreciate what this team has gone through and what they're going to do and what they will do or have done. But damn, all 4 North Division teams could be in the playoffs. I really think the Norths on both sides are the top divisions, really. I mean, Lions, Green Bay, the Bears have a squad depending on what Caleb Williams does, but the rest of that squad is set to do damage. Minnesota has a squad. Again, the QB was their position. JJ's down and out for the year. And I mean JJ McCarthy, down and out for the year. So, I mean, they can still win some games, but I really think the North are the top divisions in football. AFC being the real dog in it all. We're going to see what happens. We are going to see what the hell happens. And I cannot wait. I know everybody's hyped. Everybody got to be hyped. September 5th can't come soon enough. We need football. I mean, we got college football going on, and as you saw, upset. Georgia Tech beat down on Florida State. Florida State was ranked 10th already. Here's what everybody needs to understand, and I'm going to cut off the college real quick. Florida State's one of those teams that always does this. They always lose early or have this game where they just flop and they suck. But what they think this is some devastating loss. Georgia Tech has covered the spread for the last 7 games. Has covered the spread against Florida State. I'm right, it's 7. It might be a little less. It might be 6. But the last 6 or 7 games, Georgia Tech covered the spread. That means it's been close games. I mean, come on now. I wanted to put money down, and I didn't do it, and I stopped myself, and I was stupid for doing that. But that's what happens. Hey, scared money don't make money. Remember that. That's a saying to live by. Scared money don't make money. You got a feeling, you got a gut feeling about something, throw a couple dollars on it, see what happens. That's all you can do. But yeah, college has started. That's great that that's coming, but we all know why we want the professionals. You want fantasy. You want to do your survivor pools. You want all that excitement because you know what it leads up to. There's a lot of fans that are just college fans because the way the sport is, but that's kind of gone away with the NIL now. Now we can't say, oh, well, they're playing to get to the money. No, they got the money, and it might be more money than the pros. You know, and that's crazy to say too. But yes, it's going to be a great football season, whether it's college, whether it's NFL. It's going to be amazing, and I can't wait for it all to really kick in high gear and start rolling. You know, speaking of September coming up, it's going to be the last month of baseball. You got these Cleveland Guardians, the damn Indians, doing their thing. Yeah, they had a little flop here and there lately, but they pick it right back up and start moving again. That's what good teams do. Get a little slump, lose a series or two, and then bam, right back in it. Right back in it. These Guardians got what it takes. They got the heart for sure. For damn sure do they have the heart. Do they have top-tier talent? No. By no means do they. You know what this Indians team or Guardians team reminds me of? Major League, 100%. A group of characters they put together, threw out there. You have some veteran presence. You have some talent that could be talent, but you don't know what it is. And they just threw all these guys together. They brought in Vaught and said, hey, man, let's see what you can do and coach these dudes. And look what the hell has happened. It's like they put that poster board down in the locker room of Dolan and said, with each game, we're going to take money off the poster board or something. Whatever it is, however they want to do it. Or they undress them like they do the chick in Major League and they put them in a Speedo or something, whatever it is. But it's like they did that because they got it. animosity with that owner. Everybody, all fans have always had animosity towards the Dolans and how they don't want to spend no money. And they still didn't spend no money, but this team is still coming together. A group of misfits, some outcasts, some beloved, some on the back end of their careers, throwing everything they got into this year. Some real young guys that are just raw and talented, but they're starting to put it together as the season progresses. This is the type of team I love because you don't know what could happen. You never knew. Yeah, the season started, no one said, hey, the Indians are going to win the division. They might be the best team in baseball for a long period of time. Playoffs, World Series talk, none of that shit was it. Even Cleveland fans were all like, man, here we go. Let's see. And then Bieber went down right away. You lose your ace right away. Then you got Tristan McKenzie looking like he's lost and something's wrong with him. He needs to get right, get the surgery, go sit down, get himself right. And you're thinking, oh, man, this is just going to be a shit show. And again, the band of misfits, the land of misfits comes together to prove it doesn't need $300 million players across the board to win. You got guys that are unselfish, like Jose Ramirez, that took less money to stay here because he loves it here. You got other guys signing smaller deals or willing to come here knowing this could be something special. This place, this town, this city is something special. Again, the land of misfits coming together. They could do some serious damage. They were top of baseball for the longest, and they're still at the top. Not number one per se right now, but they're right there. Top 5. This could be something crazy come October. Let's get this last month down. We got to win all the series this last month. Just stay the ball rolling. Stay the train rolling on the track. Don't get those hiccups where you hit a rock and you pop off a little bit. You got to stay on track because these Guardians can do this. They can beat any team in baseball. They've beaten any team in baseball. I'm not worried about any team in the AL. Yes, the Yankees are great, but we've taken them down just like they've taken us down. I mean, it's a back and forth game. I really believe the Guardians can pull it out. They can make a serious run to where we're like, holy shit, this has got 2016 vibes, except for, again, it's not guys that are well known and then we're like, yeah, look at this. Yes, we got all these guys. No. It's just a group of dudes that came together and said, hey, what's up, man? Let's go play some damn ball and have some fun while we do it. It's just insane. If you're not a Cleveland sports fan, you don't know a lot of these dudes. You just don't. And if you do know them, you're like, well, they're not all that great. That's what makes this so special. So special. And I love it. Problem is you got a lot of fans that are just, they don't want to buy into the hope or the hype of it happening because they're scared that it's going to be a letdown. Or they're scared, or we might make a little bit of a run, but what next year's going to happen? We're going to lose people. We're not going to have this. We're not going to have that. We're going to go right back to the drawing board, and hope to God we could put something together again. I think this could be a span of some years we could keep this rolling. The Dolans are switching out. New ownership's coming in. It's going to be great. Get hype. Get excited for your baseball team. Get excited for your Cleveland Indians. Cleveland Guardians. Be ready for this because, again, this month of September coming up is going to be wild. And then you're going to get that fall baseball. You're going to get that October Classic. That's what we're aiming for. It's what we are aiming for. We want our Cleveland teams to all be rolling. Again, by then, the Browns will be rolling. You have the Guardians rolling. The Cavs will be starting the season a couple weeks into October. And again, they've done what they needed to do. They brought some pieces in here and there, made a little bit of noise. Donovan Mitchell's still here. This team is primed too. If this team was healthy last year, going into the playoffs, it would have made a whole bunch of noise. They were limping in there. Then you have players that just were straight out. I'm telling you right now, 3 major sports in Cleveland could be huge this coming up seasons. I mean, you already have the Guardians doing their thing. The Browns, what more can I say? The talent, the potential, the paper says yes, 100%. You guys are a squad. And the Cavs have all the makings of the same thing. I mean, is it going to be a little tough? Yeah, of course. You still got the reigning champs, Boston. You got the Knicks, even though I feel like the Knicks might have lost a little because big men went down, and who knows if Julius Randle can stay healthy. Pacers are picking up. They're doing their thing. I mean, the Bucks, let's see if Lillard and Giannis and them can come together. Orlando looks like a team to be reckoned with for the next couple years. It's just, you see it. The Sixers, they got Paul George now. Miami, I mean, it's going to be nice. Basketball's going to be nice too. And again, the Cavs will be in the mix of it. Not going to be that lackluster team. They will be right there, positioning themselves, and they'll make a run too. Sports in general in Cleveland for these seasons. Again, the Guardians have already showed you what you need to be hype about. But sports in general is going to be alive. A fucking live in Cleveland. All 3 of them. Now, come on. Get your ass hyped. Get ready for this because it's going to be crazy. Then the Browns got a new stadium coming in a couple years. Woo, boy. There's a lot of stuff changed. A lot of things going down. It's going to be amazing. But all right, let's jump back to the football side. I'm not just going to say Browns. Let's talk about football in general. Some of these teams and what needs to happen. You know, everybody's picking their division winners. You know, I absolutely love in the AFC East, I love the Jets. A-Rod, I think he's going to bounce back. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's fighting with his teammates. That is the A-Rod I want. He's got that fire in him now. He's ready. He knows that his time is short and he's ready to go out there. So he's busting other players' asses, calling them out on shit or just getting in their shit. I love this A-Rod. And again, that defense is nasty too. That's top 3. And if Hassan Riddick would stop his crybaby bullshit, get his ass out there, do his damn thing, he could be a part of something real special going on. Jets, Jets. Think they pull off that division. Think Miami follows them up. Buffalo, I feel like they got to figure something out over there. Josh Allen going to be Josh Allen, but you lost a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. And the Patriots, well, yeah, nah, they got some years to get themselves together. AFC West, Chiefs, of course, got to put them up there, even though lately they've had some rocky regular seasons. You got to put them up there. They're aiming for that 3-peat. They want that 3-peat. They brought in some good wide receiver talent. You know, Hollywood Browns here. Rashee Rice, which I don't know what's happening with that situation. But you have some good talent here. Cheo at running back. Your defense, again, top 5 defense. Even though you lost on Darius Sneed, but still a top 5 defense. And you always got Patty Mahomes and one of the greatest offensive minds in football in Andy Reid. So they're like a lot to win the West. What's crazy is the rest of that division. You have 3 squads that all have problems. You know, Broncos, you don't know who's going to do what on that squad. No one really knows about Bo, except for if you're watching him and you're really watching his game, you know Bo's going to be good. But what is he going to do? You got Cortland Sutton there, Marvin Mims. Is Javonte Williams going to step up at running back and be a stud? Is that offensive line going to hold? Is that defense going to be able to hold other offenses? You don't know. Is Sean Payton got this team ready to roll some? We'll see. The Chargers. Jimmy Harbaugh. Herbert's got plantar fasciitis, so he was out a little bit. Is that going to affect him during the season? You brought in 2 Baltimore running backs, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. Can they both stay healthy? More so, J.K., can he stay healthy? Because if he can, I think he could have a huge breakout year. Not Gus Edwards, again, was averaging 6 yards a carry against KC's defense before they said, we're not handing the ball off no more. We just want to lose. They built on that offensive line. They got Joe Alt, best left tackle in football. Or out of college, I should say. The defense, they brought the players back. They paid them. They have a good defense. Wide receivers, where they lackluster, you don't know. Can Quentin Johnson, the first-round pick, step up and be something? Is Josh Palmer going to take it to another level? I don't know. What about Ladd McConkey? I think that kid's special. I think he's going to become Herbert's favorite guy to throw to. And to be honest, I don't know why the Chargers didn't trade and get in the Ayuk situation. You could have traded for Ayuk, gave him his damn money, put him on there with Ladd McConkey and Josh Palmer, traded Quentin Johnson and some picks back to the Niners and seeing what happens. You would have a definite number 1 in Ayuk. Palmer, who's, you could trust him. He made some big plays last year for Herbert. And Ladd McConkey in that slot, whoo, team could be something unreal going on in LA. Then you got the Las Vegas Raiders. Poof. They don't have a quarterback per se. Minshew and O'Connell. They got players all over the field, though. They can make some noise, too. So that division's like 2 through 4 it's a wishy-washy to me. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to take the Raiders a second. I'm going to put the Broncos third, and I'm going to put the Chargers fourth just because Herbert and that plantar fasciitis could spike up, and it could be an issue for them. And I think the Chargers may have to take another top 10 pick maybe this year. We'll have to see. AFC North, Baltimore, Cleveland, I think, fight for the top. So they're 1, 2. I think, let's give Baltimore 1, Cleveland 2, Cincinnati 3. And Pittsburgh, I think, again, they're going to fall into 4. Just because of situations going on. You don't know what you're going to get, but Tomlin always has winning seasons, so 9-8 always seems doable for them. Go to the AFC South. Looks like it's a clear shut done deal. CJ Stroud, Mixon, Diggs, Collins, Tank Dell, and that defense with Danielle Hunter, Stingley, Will Anderson. They look like they're going to run away with number 1. Number 2, what's AR-15 going to look like? What's this Colts team going to look like? Because I think Tennessee's looking pretty good. I think Will Levis is going to step it up, especially with the wide receiving core he's got, even though D-Hop's out for some weeks. But you've got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd. You've got some young players step up in there. You got Pollard and Spears in the backfield. Bill Callahan came in and busted up and redid that O-line. That defense, the players they brought in, oh my gosh, listen, that defense is going to be nice. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Tennessee takes 2. I'm going to say Colts 3, and I'm going to say the Jags. Again, I say that on the downhill. I feel like the Jags go 4th. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm taking it. It's a hot take, though. Tennessee goes 2nd in that division, and Will Mayo Levis does his thing. Jumping over to the NFC side of things. Let me think. Let me take a look and see what division we're going to start with. let's go right to the West. You know, the Niners and what they're doing, the whole problem with Ayuk. Can Brock Purdy repeat everything? Can they finally use Kittles? Even though everybody, look, I've caught in flack over the whole Kittle thing. Oh, he had 1,000-yard year, his second best year of his career. Yeah, I get all that. My problem is they didn't use him in primetime moments. The playoffs, where was he? The Super Bowl, why wasn't he used more? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That dude should be used a lot in big games. I still think they win that division, but I think I don't know. CMC is always gonna be CMC, but that defense is still good. We'll see. See how the Niners and Shanahan can shake out. Because if Shanahan can't get it done this year, if he gets close and no cigar again, he's gonna be outside jobless. I think the Rams take second. Stafford and company, Puka, Kupp, Kyron Williams. I think Blake Corum shows up and he becomes a big piece of that offense. I'll be honest with you. If Seattle allows Sam Howell to be the starting quarterback over Geno Smith, I think that team could do real well. Got no problems against Geno, but I think Sam Howell, I mean, dude led the league in passing yards through week 7 on a Commanders team. Now you're giving him DK, you're giving him Lockett, you're giving him JSN, Noah Fant, little beast. I mean, come on now. I think Howell could have a hell of a year if you let him start. So Seattle, I'm going to go 3, Arizona 4th. Again, got to see if Kyler comes to play. I love Harrison. I love Trey McBride. The defense is lackluster. We're going to see what happens with that. NFC South. I think it's Atlanta. 100% Atlanta. They brought in the $100 million man, Kirk Cousins. They made the trades in the last couple of weeks for Matt Judon and not a trade, but they picked up oh man, I'm blanking on it, but it's a hell of a move. Hell of a damn move. And I can't believe he lasted as long as he did. They're giving him $8 million. You know, he's secondary help big time with AJ Terrell. Why can I not think of the name? It's pissing me off. It's making me mad. But yes, they brought I gotta get it. I'm mad at myself for not knowing. I really am. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Jesus. I can't believe I can't think of his name. Because they got Judon. And I love Grady Jarrett. Where are we at here? See, I'm mad at myself for letting this slip. They got Bates too, which is huge. Why am I not seeing this guy? How the hell am I not seeing him? I think Bijan has a huge year. Yeah, AJ Terrell. I don't get. Oh, Justin Simmons. That's who they picked up. He's going to be behind Richie Grant on the depth chart. Justin Simmons. Damn, I can't believe I blanked on that. I like Atlanta to win that. I think Drake London, Kyle Pitts have big years too. Tampa comes in second. Let's see if Bacon can do 2 years in a row. Again, we've known him not to be able to do it and everything. We know Baker has a problem. Sometimes he can't do 2 years in a row, but he can't keep the momentum riding. Mike Evans, again, that career 1,000-yard every year. Let's see if Rachaad White can step up. Rachaad White, that defense, I think they come in second. Saints actually come in third. I think Spencer Rattler might be the guy for them. He is looking real good. He's looking real good, and he might give Tampa Bay a run for the second spot. And the trash Panthers, they're going to be at the bottom. NFC East, I think it goes Philly. They have every piece you would want on a team, every player all over the board. Coaching is their problem. Nick Sirianni, can he get it together? Can he get it done? This is Super Bowl or bust in reality for them. You brought in everybody. You paid everybody. You solidified your defense with draft picks and moves. Let's see if you can get it done. I think the Commanders come in second. Another hot take. Jaden Daniels, Austin Eckler, Brian Robinson Jr., you got Scary Terry. The fact that traded away Jahan Dotson was insane to me. But I really think they might make the move to second. I don't know. I think the possibility is real. Dallas, I think, falls a little bit. Dak might not have the best year. He's going through all the contract negotiations. CeeDee Lamb's doing the same thing. You got Ferguson. You got the oldest running back group, so you don't know what the hell you're going to get out of that. The defense is beat up. Micah Parsons can't stop the run of his life dependent on it. So I'm going to give Cowboys third, but I think it's going to be close. They could have second, but I'm going to give them third. And, of course, the Giants are going to be at the bottom of the barrel, top three picking again next year. Now we go to the NFC North. I like Green Bay to take the top spot. The pieces they added through the draft, through free agency. I think Jay Love knows how to play this game well. Josh Jacobs going to be there to help him. I think Josh Jacobs can have a big year. I like the Lions second. I think this is going to be close. They'll be close with each other. But Goff's going to have a good year. I think he could throw for maybe 4,500 yards, almost 5,000 yards. I think he's going to have a great year. Amon-Ra, you got Gibbs, Montgomery, and you got Sam Laporta, who's up and coming. He's going to be a beast tight end in this league for years to come. Then I'm going to go with the Bears third, because if Caleb Williams could just be average, he doesn't have to be no crazy stuff like everybody's saying he's going to be. Just be an average QB. Go through your progressions correctly, make the right calls. You might slip up here and there because you're a rookie. And again, you have a problem with good defenses, and you have a mental problem when bad things happen. You tend to break down and the game gets away from you. If he could just stay even keel and be good, Bears should have a pretty decent year. And Minnesota, again, quarterback problems. I don't know if you could rely on the veteran Sam Darnold to do anything, even though they got the offense. Aaron Jones, Hawkinson, the Jet, and Jordan Addison, plus a good offensive line. But I'm still going to take the Bears ahead of them. I mean, football's here. It's exciting. It's exciting to talk about. I'm going to make my way too early predictions, right? I'll give you some Super Bowl prediction right now. I'm going to go Philly KC. I like that. Philly KC. KC going for the three-peat. Philly finally trying to get back and over the hump since KC beat them. I think Philly KC. I think it's going to be a nice Super Bowl. And I feel like KC might fall short. As much as I want to see the three-peat, just because it's never happened, I think Philly might take it. I think Jalen Hurts might be able to be best of both worlds, running and passing. Saquon Barkley is going to have a great year. A.J. Brown and Smith going to beast. That defense, that young defense, I think is going to show up big. And Sirianni will finally get a little bit of praise, even though he's still, in my eyes, I don't know, man. I just think they got the right guys around him to help him. I think that's huge for this year. But I actually like KC Philly. I do. If I had to give you another one, if I had to give you a secondary pick for the Super Bowl, I'm going to keep KC there because I think it's hard to pick against them. And then I'm going to go Detroit. I think that offense fired up enough, and I think they have a lot on that defense. And they definitely have the coach that will, woo boy, you'll run through 10 brick walls in a row for that boy. Dan Campbell will make you destroy people. I think Detroit, they should have been there last year. They let that game slip away from them. I think Detroit. I really do. I think Philly's got a problem with how they went out against the Bucks and they added pieces. I think Detroit's got a problem with how they lost an NFC Championship game. And I think they get right back to it and they could be in there. And again, I like KC on the AFC side. If I had to pick another team, I really think the Texans could be the other team. Again, they added veteran presence to help Stroud. They added great players to that defense. I think it's Houston and KC, and I think it's Detroit and Philly. I think that's what it is. I mean, let me know in the comments when you watch this, because again, I know it's pre-recorded. You can't have your say while it's going on. Tell me, give me your Super Bowl picks. Give me your division winners if you want, but give me your Super Bowl picks. Your way, way too early Super Bowl picks. Let me have it. And I think, you know what? CJ Stroud might win the MVP. Even though everybody's saying, oh, well, Mahomes hasn't got it in a couple years. They'll probably give it to him. I don't know. Chiefs are going to do what they do. They're going to have an average regular season going to the playoffs, and they're going to do what they do. That's how this is going to work. So, yeah. You let me know in the comments what you feel, what you think about my way too early Super Bowl picks. Give me yours. Let's talk about it. Again, as a Cleveland fan, I would love to say that this year can be the year. I mean, and it can be. It could be. But I will never put myself in that situation to say that. Again, I think they could hit the playoffs, get a playoff win, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm not even going to say could hit the playoffs. They will make the playoffs, and I think they will get a playoff win. I just don't know how much further they're going after that, depending on who they're facing and what's going on. Because if this team can get to that peak where they can be, where they know they can be, then they're dangerous. But if they have those areas where they get, oh no, here we go, Deshaun acting this way. Oh, injuries here. We have the injuries we had last year. It'll be the same thing. That's insane. We went through 4 quarterbacks. Both starting tackles were gone. Defensive injuries here and there. I mean, it was just a shit show of a season, and we somehow made the playoffs, went 11-6, and then got our ass handed to us. And on another note, when it comes to those tackles, there are so many people asking what we should do. DeJuan Jones start. You got that talented Conklin. Do you trade him away, or do you say, hey, man, you want to go play the left side? We'll trade away Willis or sit his ass down, let him learn, and you go play the left side. DeJuan Jones can play the right, and you guys, if Conklin can learn that, make that switch, holy shit, that offensive line went right back to number 1. Because we were weak because of Willis. But if he can make that switch and they do that, holy shit. That's a whole nother thing, because Chubb, when he gets back, is going to be in love with it. And Deshaun's going to have all day to throw the ball. It is going to be something to see. And again, I'm going to give him to the playoff win. And we'll see how this all works out. But again, way too early picks. Philly, KC, or Houston, Detroit in there. But I really like KC for the AFC side. But I think Philly or Detroit will be one of the two for the other side. Now, I'm leaning towards Philly right now because they're more well-rounded. But it's the coaching that gets me. because Dan Campbell will whip your ass into shape and get you ready to destroy somebody, like I already said. But everybody, I hope you've been having an amazing summer. It's almost over. It's time for fall. Halloween's coming. Football's coming. It's about to be great. You got the October Classic. Again, go Guardians. Let's see what you can do. Keep the momentum running. Cavs will start back up in October. They're a young squad. They're going to be ready to roll. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is where the best time of the year comes. The next month, 2 months. Where you got all three sports rolling at the same time. The start of football. Baseball hitting the playoffs. Basketball starting up. Woo-hoo. Something big's happening here. And if you're an NHL fan, that's starting up. This is the best time of the year for sports. And it's coming in the next month. Get yourself primed. Fantasy, I know you got drafts. Do your studying. Pick correctly. Make sure you stack up. Get your quarterback wide receiver duo. You know you want that. Double the points every week. Just make sure you have some good people coming off the bench for bye weeks. And do not sell out on a shitty defense. I'm not telling you to take a defense high as hell, but make sure you get a good defense. Because defenses can make or break. You can have a defense score 0 points and it costs you. You can have a defense score 20 and it win you. Same with a kicker. You know who's going to use their kicker, who can kick the long ball, who will have the most opportunities. Pick your kickers wisely. There's some surprises out there. Some real nice ones that nobody's even thinking about. Be wise with that. Tight ends, gonna have them galore. Same with wide receivers. You'll have a slew of wide receivers. Running backs, watch out. Because you got starting running backs that we don't know what they're gonna be about. You might want to grab yourself 2 running backs in the first 3 picks. It's not, you want to grab 2 running backs in the first 3 picks. Because as the draft goes, it's almost going to be like, is he going to do this? What's he going to do? It's coming off of injury. Oh, no. You don't want to be that person caught in that position. Quarterbacks, again, you can grab a nice quarterback later and a great backup later. Don't reach for QBs. People that do that drive me insane. Drive me absolutely insane. I have no problem with picking a quarterback 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round. Get position players, skill players first, and then get your good quarterbacks later. That's just a little tip. It's how I've always played fantasy. I've won my league a lot of the times. I've done great. But again, quarterbacks, you could wait. Don't get all, oh no, they're starting to go. Don't do that. Just wait. Because remember, you got solid QBs out there. Dak Prescott's been a solid fantasy quarterback every year. Every year. Remember, fantasy doesn't go into the playoffs. Dak's a great pick. Kirk Cousins, another great pick. Just remember that. You're going to have solid-ass QBs later on. But as the show winds down, hey, listen, I'm going to say I appreciate you guys for just watching the show. Again, hit that like button, hit the sub button. Want to appreciate Northeast Streaming Sports for everything they've done. And again, we got a new sponsor here, Bet Us. The links will be up. I'll have them up for the next show. Had to get some stuff situated, but betus.com. Go get your money. Go get your money there. Go make your money there. You'll love it. I love it. Every year they send me a book with all the spreads for all the teams, for pros and college football. Can read through it, can get ahead on it. It's an amazing thing. Sign up for betus.com. That's what you want. You want to be a part of that. Again, you get great bonuses, and I will get the links out. I will be putting them in the comments. I have a new banner out. I got everything situated. It's just been rough the last couple of weeks for us here at the Man Cave Media, trying to get things going. But we're bouncing back. I just didn't want you guys to have a show from old. I know it's pre-recorded. I know you hate it because you like it live, but at least it's a new show. It's good for you. Let's go Cleveland. Let's go Browns. Let's go Guardians. Let's go Cavs. Come on now. Make some noise. Make some noise for your teams. I don't care who you rap. Don't care if it's the arch enemy of my team. Go out there and cheer for your squad and be a good fan. Don't be one of them assholes out there. Don't be one of them lunatic fans that don't understand the game and they want to act like stupid asses. Go out there and be a good ass fan. Root for your team. Do your thing. Enjoy the season. And tomorrow, as always, oh no, I must have froze. Come on now, what's going on here? Oh, froze there for a little while. Tomorrow, Sports Madness. It will be live. You'll have Jay, Scully. The kid will probably be on there. But hey, to everybody that tuned in, watched it, again, hit that like button, hit that follow and sub button. Everywhere across the board. Go to Roku, get the Northeast Streaming Sports app, the NESSP. Come on now. You need a good sports channel. That's what you add. Forget all the rest of this shit. Download that. No Huddle Sports, same thing. Roku and Fire TV. But until next time, I'm going to salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all.